What's up, Harper's Bazaar? This all
I
set.
love his tattoos.
You ready to go to bed with me?
My goodness, the way he poses that question is so... yeah, by the end of my life, I want my body to look like his with just tattoos covering it. I won't even look a tenth as good as he does, but I just think body tattoos are so cool. How'd I do? Y'all know who it is that we're going to be reacting to. Offset. I'm so stoked for this video because it's very rare that I get to react to a male celebrity. A lot of times it's women, and I think this might be the first time I've ever reacted to a rapper skincare routine. Get into it! I'm so excited. When his Harper's Bazaar skincare routine popped up on my feed, I was like, what? Oh my god, this might be a first! But even though I love seeing some male celebrity skincare routines, that does not mean that this skincare routine will measure up. We're gonna see what the tea is on his skincare routine and if I would ever feel comfortable recommending any of the products that he uses. Let's hope at least he covers the basics. But anyway, all the products that I'm gonna be talking about in today's video will be linked in the description box below if you do want to do some shopping and support the channel. And as always, I've worked as a skincare specialist and I have my own skincare brand, but I am not an esthetician or dermatologist, nor do I claim to be. If you're having any concerns with your skin, please go see your esthetician or dermatologist to get that shit treated. These videos are for fun to share my opinions on skincare and because I'm nosy and want to see what everyone uses and criticize them for it. So let's get into it.
Nighttime skincare routine. So first off, before I go to bed, I have oily skin, so I want to make sure I get all the
same.
oil out. So
I'm excited to see it.
I get my Stridex pad, which is right here. Alcohol free because I got sensitive skin, so I break out with like harsh alcohol. You take one pad out.
Okay, so I feel like there's a bit of an oxymoron there. He says he has sensitive skin, but he goes in with Stridex pads, which I would say are very, very harsh. They kind of like wrote the book on products that can be extremely harsh on the skin. The good thing I will say, and one of my main issues with Stridex is that, you know, they tend to use a lot of alcohol and not the good kind that gets you litty, which can be really irritating and over drying, but at least he's using the alcohol-free version. So I am glad to see that. But yeah, I have yet to see a Stridex ingredient list where I'm like, that looks healthy for the skin's biome. Typically, they're just very harsh on the skin, but you know, could be worse.
Look yourself in the eyes. Get on top of the nose first. Forehead.
Okay.
Make sure you get the whole cheekbone, face.
He could be a little bit more gentle, but he's not overly rough. Okay, it's getting the nose.
Because there's a lot of juice when it come off though. It'll wipe right off. My mom put me on these too. She put me on these in high school. You know, you're going through little puberty, getting little bumps here on your forehead and stuff like that. She knew I had oily skin, so I don't know how she found the product, but it's worked since then.
Wow.
After you're done with the wipes, you throw that away. Okay,
respect that he's been using it since high school. I feel like Stridex is definitely in that era of time where, you know, when we were high schoolers, middle schoolers, and struggling with breakouts and acne, we were just looking for something, and that was kind of the easy option to get. I feel like nowadays there's a lot better and more gentle products that exfoliate the skin that help to treat those breakouts and spots. So I think he would benefit from, you know, using a formula that's a bit better suited for sensitive skin. But you know how it is. You start using a product when you're young, and if you know it works, you know, you just want to keep using it. So if it has worked for his skin, then good for him.
Let the face blow off a little bit, cool off. I don't want my face to be dry, so I'm gonna apply some Aquaphor next.
Oh wow, straight onto Aquaphor.
I don't wear lotion, so I only do Aquaphor and oil. Fellas, if you do that routine and you just keep at that routine for a minute, your skin will be smooth. Your lady lay down and be like, well, I ain't know skin with this soft. Trust me, my wife always tell me.
I mean, that is true. Every time I've used Aquaphor, my lady lays down next to me and compliments how soft my skin is. My gal. Okay, I find that very interesting. I mean, here's the thing. I love Aquaphor. Like, I literally use it all the time. I feel like it's great for lips or great when you want to slug. But as a moisturizer, when you have oily skin, I don't know about that. Do you actually have oily skin? Aquaphor is one of those products that works to like seal in all the moisture on your skin. And it has a very greasy, slippery, super shiny appearance that even if you do have dry skin, applying straight Aquaphor on your face can make your skin look very greasy and shiny. For me, someone with oily skin as well, I would not be caught dead wearing Aquaphor as a moisturizer throughout the day. That is extreme. I mean, I wonder if he has used like gel moisturizers, ever tested them out, experimented with them, because because I swear when it comes to moisturizers, a lot of times our first introduction to moisturizers is not great. It feels heavy on your skin. It makes your skin look greasy, but particularly people who have oily skin, I love introducing them to gel moisturizers because it is truly life-changing. You don't realize how invisible a moisturizer can feel on your skin. Like every time I introduce people to the Selfless by Hyram Niacinamide moisturizer, they're always blown away because they're like, oh my gosh, like it moisturizes my skin. I can feel the hydration and the moisture working, but my skin looks the same. It doesn't look greasy. It doesn't look super shiny. And Aquaphor, while great, has the complete opposite effect. So that's very interesting to me. I really do wonder if he actually does have oily skin, because I feel like if you like using Aquaphor as a face moisturizer, you would definitely have very dehydrated, dry skin. But I don't know. Let's keep watching.
So I already got oily skin, so I do a light little bit just to cover the bases. I'm not trying to soak my face out. Hit the forehead.
At least he's using just a little bit.
Hit the sides. Already, the skin is brightening up, and it looks.
I mean, his skin doesn't look greasy,
clean.
at least from what I can see.
Like I said, I don't do lotion. This is the oil I use. It's Palmer's cocoa butter.
Okay.
It's smooth, fellas. You pour a little bit, and it's spread a lot, so you don't have to cake yourself up. Reason why I like
on
this
his
one
body
too
or his
is like
face?
sometimes oil can have you super shiny, but this kind of blends in with the skin. It gets all in the dry areas, and you don't be like shining, looking like you're trying to be a little bodybuilder or a little sex symbol. Cause I don't be liking the super shine on, you know what I'm saying? But it does moisturize and softens that skin, fellas. You gotta make it a routine. You can't do it once or twice. You gotta just keep doing it. Gradually get off of that lotion.
Yes, thank
telling
you.
Your lady gonna lay with you and be like, dang, babe, your skin, what you been doing? I've been doing that Palmer's.
I love that he touched on that because I've talked to so many guys who they were like, skincare routine isn't for me. I've tried it before. And I asked them about their experience and they only like use it once a month or like once every few weeks. And I'm like, baby, no. You could have the best skincare products in the universe, like literally bottled Jesus tears. And it's not going to make a difference unless you're consistent with it. So I love that he's spreading that education, but I am really curious if he uses that on the face or the body because it has so many benefits for the skin, particularly if you have drier skin, like it can be amazing. And out of all the oils, it's not necessarily like the greasiest, but if you apply it on your face, it can have a bit of that greasy, shiny appearance, especially if he's applying it over Aquaphor. Oh my goodness. But I feel like where you can really see the benefits of cocoa oil is from using it on your body, and particularly the areas where you get really dry, like your elbows, back of your arms, knees, like it's great. But again, if he's using it on his face, I'm just very skeptical that he actually does have oily skin. Because a phenomenon that can happen, and this is common among guys, is that we think we have oily skin when in reality our skin is just so dehydrated and dry that it's overproducing oil to try and compensate for that dehydration in our skin. And that's why people who think they have oily skin but love using products for dry skin can see such a positive benefit, because then your skin stops overproducing to fill that need, all the while we're thinking that we have oily skin. So I'm wondering if that's his case, but I don't really know. I don't know. Interesting. But yes, oil works great. It's a great lightweight oil that can help really seal in that moisture without being too greasy.
Another thing I do before I go to bed, because I got dreads, I gotta oil my scalp.
Oh,
sure
good.
My scalp is oiled and healthy. And then I throw on a do-rag, even if my hair is not done.
Nice.
I throw on a do-rag so the product can sit in my head, because you know I got a lot of hair, I got a lot of dreads, so I can show you. See, my hair is long. It be a lot of places that need to be hit up for oil, like I might miss the back of the spot or something like that. I put the oil in, put the do-rag in, let it sit, and then boom, I try not to tie my hair in rubber bands and stuff like that.
Yes, yeah, such good tips.
Cause this gonna keep your hair safe, it ain't gonna break your hair off.
So, clearly, I am not a person who is an expert at anything to do with dread maintenance using do-rags. Obviously not. Nor am I going to sit here and make recommendations because that is not my forte. But what he's doing is really good, not only for scalp health, but also for the health of the hair. Your face as well, especially using a do-rag, because any of that oil that you're using on your scalp can also go, to the base hair follicles. You're protecting your hair as well, because the way that we sleep can definitely negatively impact the health of our hair. And it prevents whatever oil you're using on your scalp from transferring onto your face as you sleep, which is where things like hair bonnets can be super helpful if you use hair products to make sure that they're staying isolated to that area and not getting onto your face and potentially causing any reactions. So what he's doing is great. And honestly, I feel like in general, whether we have dreads or not, it's a practice that a lot of us can pick up, because I think most of us, especially me, neglect the health of our scalp and solely focus on the face or body when, the top of our head head of skin too.
Last thing before you go to bed, just got that shower, you're fresh. You gotta get that dove, fellas. I know y'all get the wiping kind, but look how beautiful this look. You throw it on that phone, you get that little bit, not too much. You let that thing rub in, you go to the right side. Let it rub in, and then like, a lot of women like these. I always wore women Dove deodorant. I'ma always do the women ones because it's calmer, it ain't too strong. I don't like my deodorant like busting through when I hug you, you smell me, I smell good, not like just, Sometimes the men deodorant be a little too aggressive. I like the soft smell, so I'd rather go Dove spray, fellas.
I could not agree more. I actually very frequently will use women's deodorant instead of men's deodorant because it's just, I feel like so much of men's deodorant is basically all of toxic masculinity condensed into a bottle. Like we've all been traumatized by Axe deodorant and body sprays. Oh, every time I smell that, I can just smell the homophobic comments. I am not about it. And I feel like a lot of women's deodorant just has a nice, like clean, fresh smell. Almost like, you know, fresh laundry, sanitary, but not needing to radiate this like, I'm a man type of vibe, you know? I, in the past, did use like the spray kind, but to be honest, they're not really great for the environment. The packaging is not amazing for the earth. I definitely prefer a stick formula over a spray. Also, I think I've used that one in the past, and I don't necessarily love the transfer of the deodorant onto my clothing. Like, I'm sure him as a performer, he's constantly changing, and nothing drives me more crazy than when I'm changing a shirt and it just has deodorant prints all over it. It's not the vibe. Maybe that one is fine. Like, I don't remember if it's exactly the same one as I used, but I actually do enjoy the Dove deodorants that are like the clear gel stick formulas. I just feel like it's better packaging for the environment. So yeah, I personally prefer stick ones, but totally in line with his philosophy, and because the women's items are definitely better than the men's, just like everything else.
So I don't really wear cologne because my wife hates the smell of cologne.
Really?
It's too heavy for her, so she gets nausea a lot of times. So honestly, I'm really not a cologne guy.
Can we take a moment to appreciate how conscious he is of his wife's, you know, like sensitivities and what she likes? Like, I love that. Instead of just saying, F you, I can do what I want, I want to wear a cologne, that he's very conscious of that. And I will say, really, is there anything better smelling than just someone who smells clean? Like, I'm totally a cologne person. I love the way that it smells and just, you know, when someone has a really distinct and unique smell, but I will never complain if someone just smells clean, like fresh laundry. It's just so good. So yeah, I'm totally on board with that.
Okay, another thing I wanted to highlight, fellas, you know what I'm saying? A woman always, when you approach them and speak to them, they always look at your hands and your nails. Fellas, it's okay to go sit in the shop, get your nails done. That's a clean thing to do.
Period! Yes. Thank you.
If you're a super tough guy, just look at it like taking a shower, bro. It's hygiene. You keeping up with yourself. You're a grown man. You don't gotta buff them if you don't want to. You can keep it plain, but make sure you're going to get them nails done. Get your feet done too, fellas. So that's my routine. I just keep it simple.
Thank you, Offset, for doing the Lord's work. We need more guys like him that talk about the importance of nail and hand care, as well as just toenails, because the amount of men I see with the most grotesque, long, dirty fingernails, and not even talking about the toenails, those little piggy devils that so many guys have on them. And so many guys get caught up on the whole like femininity thing, which I'm like, this is not about femininity. This is about hygiene. This is about keeping yourself clean. This is about not repelling people the second that you break out your feet. I'm always just so shocked that in the grand old year of 2024, there are still guys out there that have just nasty, long fingernails with dirt underneath, where I can smell them from like 50 feet away. And the thing is, you don't need to spend a lot of money to take care of your nails. Like most of the time, I will paint my own toenails. I will do my own manicures. I mean, don't look too closely at them now because I haven't done it in a while, but it's literally just as easy as trimming your fingernails and doing a simple clear coat polish over them. World of a difference. It looks so much nicer. Love the message that he's sharing. And also I love that he's targeting this video specifically to guys. I'm sure like 95% of the people who are watching this video are women, but for those guys that are watching, I think this is a really good message because, I mean, guys should embrace femininity, period. But even if they don't, just keeping yourself clean not only makes you feel better, it's not only conscientious of the people around you, but is so attractive. So listen up, bros. This one's for y'all. Okay, so what are my thoughts? I will say now, reflecting and looking back a little bit, I feel like I got so zoned in on the products that I forgot about the context of this video. This video is called Go to Bed With Me. So the fact that he was using an Aquaphor moisturizer is actually not terrible. Overnight, I think it's great. It's basically slugging for your skin. That's what it is. I think this routine is like... well, it's okay. I'm not personally a fan of Stridex, but granted he is using a more gentle form of it, and I'm glad that he is using active ingredients on his face before he goes to bed instead of just using like, I don't know, a hydrating moisturizer. You know, he is using actives, which I really appreciate, although that product specifically, not crazy about. I do want to apologize for going a little bit hard on him before. Using Aquaphor at nighttime versus the day is very different. However, I still feel like using it every single night is essentially slugging, and slugging every night for oily skin is just not usually a positive experience. It can lead to blocked pores, breakouts, if you're doing it every single night. Like, I'm a huge fan of slugging, but even I only do it like once a week, maybe twice a week at most, because otherwise it just creates too much buildup in the skin. I love that he's using a body oil before he goes to bed. Like, that is something I definitely need to do more often, but I struggle with because of how humid it is here in Hawaii. Love that he uses that. I feel like this routine leans a little bit more on the simpler side than what I prefer to see, but at the same time, I'm not super surprised because guys' routines tend to be very simple, very basic. And honestly, I will take a basic routine over an overcomplicated 20+ product routine any day. But I love the messaging throughout this video. I just think representation of guys who, you know, present themselves as more manly, taking care of themselves, doing their skincare routine, having a beauty ritual is so necessary. And I love to see it specifically from a rapper. Like, that is just amazing. And overall, I really enjoyed this routine. I thought he did a great job, but I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of his routine? And give me your opinion on the whole Aquaphor for oily skin thing, because I would love to hear what your guys' thoughts are. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Like I said before, all the products that I've mentioned in today's video will be linked in the description box below. Let me know which celebrity you guys want to see me react to next. And if you guys haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and to the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. And I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah.